Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of that Respect to Combat podcast, episode 226. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're almost at the end of the year, and we've actually had somebody on here just about every single week. I'm actually surprised people have been able to put up with me for that long. It's surprising, guys. Holy shit. People actually like me. Oh, yeah, I'm still trying to find out why, but, we're here. Now, you're probably wondering why this bad boy is on my shoulder. Well, it's because for the third time in a fucking row, somebody decided that they wanted to debate me, and then last fucking minute, they decided to back out. So all I'm going to say is I am the undisputed champion of debates. Nobody's going to beat me. I am your overlord. I am your ruler. Get used to it. Now, with all of that being said, hello, Donaze. How are you doing today?
Except for the person that could can you in 5 seconds.
Shut up! You will not fire me. I am your overlord. You bow down to me.
Say that again and we'll talk later. But honestly, it's been a weird week and we just talked about it, but I'm not ready for tomorrow.
No, none of us are ready for tomorrow. Nobody's excited for this. And honestly, it makes me even happier that we got pretty much a full house today. Speaking of which, Trico, how you doing today?
Good
to have
man.
you back on.
Yep. So I had to be back on. Tomorrow we get to celebrate the greatest of all time.
Yes.
The Never Seen 17 celebrating with us for one final time. The last real champion, John Cena.
I think all of us are not ready for this. We all knew it was coming, obviously, but it's going to be rough. But then there's always in every single group, there's always that one guy. And unfortunately this week, he's that one guy. God damn it, Monkey. What do you mean you're going to miss tomorrow?
All right, listen, I'm not going to miss tomorrow, but I'm going to miss tomorrow. Like, I'm not going to be on pod, but, I'm DJ Monkey normally on Saturdays, at least twice a month.
But it's
so I'm going, well, I'm not going to miss it. I made sure that my time slot was well after Saturday night's main event. So I'm going to be basically watching John Cena be killed by a Nazi while listening to all night. It's going to be an interesting experience. Like, y'all are going to be crying here, and I'm going to be, like, in tears in a dark nightclub.
We're all going to be in tears after that match.
A Nazi's going to kill him, though. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
We're
it's
kind
of obvious at this point.
On here. I'm mad about it.
Yes. We're all very, very mad about it. Now, we do have some very special guests today. They are the former 1CW tag team champions, and they have been regulars for most of 2025 on NWA TV. You have seen them recently on NWA Power a couple of months ago when they took on former NWA tag team champions Murdoch and Knox. And they are also regulars for WDWA in West Virginia, where Mr. Carlson right here. Mr. Carlson, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
The WDWA Mid-Atlantic Championship, and his partner right here, Mr. Tyler Hastings, better known as Ty Awesome, will also be having a singles match this weekend there. And you're also a former champion in WDWA, correct?
I am former WDWA.
Okay, cool. I did do my homework right. All right. Now, with all that being said, gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm great, dude. Thank you so much for asking. I'm good.
Good.
Starting off my morning right. Got a coffee. Cheers to you boys. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Oh, of course. Actually, that reminds me. Need to get a little bit of my own in. So we got a bit of a deep dive to go into today. We got a bit to talk to you guys about today. With all that being said, are you all ready to hop into these mainstream highlights?
Do it.
No.
Let's
go for it. I'll do the best I can.
So we did, unfortunately, have a death this week reported from NWA legend, Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal. did pass away. Now, a lot of people are all like, oh, but it happened back in July. Why are you just reporting about it right now? Okay, listen, IWC, aka Wrestling Marks, aka dumb shits that never left a basement. The thing is that there's this thing called privacy. And when a family wants said privacy, you give it to them because, well, it's proper etiquette. I mean, I know most of you guys feel entitled to this information, but really all I can say to y'all is get bent because you haven't done anything. You have no relevance into the world of wrestling to where you need to know about this information. Now, in regards to his death, I do bid my condolences to his family. I hope that the death was peaceful, at least. I hope it wasn't anything detrimental. I hope it wasn't anything painful. And honestly, he was a legend in the NWA as well as AWA as well. He was a former AWA tag team champion as well as a former NWA World Junior Heavyweight champion. So he will dearly be missed amongst many, many fans in the wrestling world. And yeah, that's my spiel. Anything you guys want to add on to that?
Anybody who laces up a pair of boots in this ring and makes it to the big time NWA, WWE, wherever it is, man, you leave a history behind. So, I'll agree. My condolences to Mr. Regal and his family.
So the only funny story I have is me and my dad used to go play cards on Tuesday nights when I was 18, and we would get home and ESPN would be airing old AWA footage in the summer, and we were watching, and he came out, and I was like, Steve Regal, is that Steve Regal, the same one? And then I had to educate myself that it wasn't the same Steve Regal that yells "Wall Games." So it's kind of funny because I was like, did he get a British accent? How did all this happen? So that's my only cool story about him.
Yeah. No, that is funny because I do know a lot of people will mix him up with William Regal. And I did see a lot of people panicking at first when the report went out. They're like, wait,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, okay, calm down. No, William Regal is still alive. And, at the end of the day, it's an unfortunate circumstance, but really people just need to learn to respect people's privacy. Genuinely, they do, in my opinion, especially in the wrestling industry.
Hey, I agree
Yeah.
with that, fellas.
But anywho, ding dong, Masha's gone. Well, honestly, this was kind of overdue. She was stripped of the title over a month ago, and I kind of figured she was already gone. So when I read the report that she had officially been removed from the roster page, I'm like, oh, did the web guy forget? And I'm not trying to say that even to talk shit, but it's I don't know. Like when those types of situations come about, usually most companies are very, very quick to be like, okay, you're gone. You're not affiliated with us anymore. Wee! Like I don't know. Am I wrong in saying that?
I'll hold no comment for this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing here.
Okay.
We're
No
gonna get past that.
And with that being said, we'll move on to our next topic. The Usos have decided to refocus their energy as a tag team for the foreseeable future. Honestly, I could see why. It's not necessarily that either one of them needs it because, in my personal opinion, whether it's Jimmy or Jay, I think both of them have gone into this singles wrestler groove to an extent. So I feel like if they were to be singles wrestlers, also it would work. However, let's be honest here, guys. WWE doesn't really have that much of a tag division anymore. So they kind of need some tag teams to add some meat to the division.
Let's specify because SmackDown does, but they're the only brand that does.
Yes, SmackDown has a tag team division. Raw, on the other hand, I mean, not so much.
I kind of have a conspiracy theory about this.
Oh, dear God. Okay, throw your tin hat on and give us the conspiracy theory.
2 turns.
Don't get used to the Usos because that's not what's happening. I hate to be the bearer of bad news to the tag team division, but the Usos ain't going to be there long. I think this is a setup for Jey Uso to be turned.
Yes. Okay.
I think Jey Uso's going to end up fucking Jimmy over and going full heel.
Naomi's due around WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need to say. The Usos aren't winning the tag titles. Jay's turning because that was straight main event pandemic. Jey Uso.
I think this is going to be the final thing that ends up making. I think what'll end up happening is they're going to go for the titles. They're not going to win the titles, and that's going to be the thing that pushes Jay over the edge because he can't keep losing.
Mhm.
It's
Do
going
they
to get.
beat the New Day?
No, I don't think they beat the New Day. I think that's what's going to fuck them over. I think that's what's going to send Jay over. Because if you're paying attention to the Jey Uso storyline, he's pissed because he keeps losing. I don't think that losing streak's going to stop just because he joined Jimmy. I think it's going to continue because that would be great for the story. Damn, I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
even win at the thing I was good at.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now, some good news coming out of AAA. They did announce this week their debut on Fox Sports Mexico is set for January 17th, 2026, and it will be available in Central America, Mexico, and South America. Now, this is some really good news because now this is giving some bigger eyes onto AAA, and this shows the benefit of partnering with WWE because let's see here. TNA just announced last week that they will now be starting to air on AMC, which is huge. In my opinion, that's a bigger TV deal than when they were on Spike. And now this week, AAA confirms that they're going to be starting to air their episodes on Fox Sports Mexico, which that gives them a lot more eyes than CMLL, for example. So you definitely can see the benefit of these companies partnering with WWE because on the back end, they're getting a lot of shit. Like they're getting a lot more eyes on their product. They're getting better TV time. They're getting better TV deals. Like I see a lot of up with it, but that's just me because I have also recently been learning about indie politics, and I've learned that apparently my thought process is not the typical thought process amongst indie promoters. So that's kind of where I'm like caught in a standstill a little bit
Yo,
because
Well, what's your
explain
thought
that.
process?
Actually,
What's-
explain that. We got a couple of indie, like actually explain that. I want to hear this.
so explain my thought process or the indie promoter thought process.
Explain
yours.
explain
Okay,
yours.
so
and then
my thought
explain the
process
conflict.
is so here's my thought process is that because I've been explaining, the indie promoter usually thinks, okay, well, you're taking tickets away from me, you're taking money away from me because you're taking that guy, blah 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 blah. Here's my shtick though, because now WWE is becoming a bit more open with working with indie promotions, especially since Triple H has taken over creative. And now I'm not saying every single company should partner with WWE. That's impossible. But if certain companies are to say collaborate because they notice that they're in the same territory or in the same region, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because the thing is the benefit of that is now you're getting new eyes on you're bringing your fans into their product, but now you're also getting a whole new set of eyes on your product as well, which then could in turn mean more money for you. So that's kind of more so what I think about is that I feel like there should be more collaboration amongst the indie promotions instead of all of this like very territorial, like, no, this is mine. No, this is mine. Like, I get it. I get where the thought process comes from. But at the same time, I feel like if they were just a little bit more open to working together, then it would benefit both. It would benefit both parties and it would benefit the rosters as well.
So, question for you.
Okay.
Where you live, do you have a favorite restaurant?
Like local restaurant or like chain?
Yeah, any either one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got a favorite taco shop.
All right, cool. So, let's say there's another taco shop that opens. Okay. And you have the worst meal of your life at that new taco shop.
Okay.
Right? So bad that you don't even know if you can eat tacos ever again. That's how bad and violently sick you got from that taco shop.
The moment you had on that toilet, you'll never forget.
And you can't come back from it. Like every time you pick up a taco now, even if it's a Taco Bell taco, you're like, I don't want to spend my money on this because it could make me sick again. Right? Okay. That's the problem with a lot of indie wrestling. There's a lot of good promotions that should work together. There are so many bad indie wrestling promotions that And for the casual fan, you don't know the difference in XYZ versus ABC. You just know you're going to an indie wrestling show. And I know this from just current events that are going on in my state and my area, that this happens a lot more than you think. Venues, everything go back to that. So when you're talking like, oh, hey, I don't know why these two companies that are running 45 minutes from each other aren't working together, it's probably because one sees themselves a lot better and maybe aren't, or one is so much better than the other one than the other. For example, there's one that puts a lot of effort in their product and it looks like a professional venue and it looks good, and the other one's wrestling in a broken down ring with no ring skirts. A casual fan that knows no difference in the numbers or letters that are on that company goes to that wrestling show. They go, this is a joke. I'm never coming to an indie show again because they're all like this. They're all garbage backyard bullshit. That's why companies tend not to work together, because there's so much that fans can't differentiate with it. Now, your diehard indie fans that go to shows every weekend or go twice a month, they know the difference. They can see the difference when they show up. But to your casual local yokel who's going out for one night that month, they're taking their kid's birthday out for their birthday. My kid really loves wrestling. I'll go to this local show. They don't know the difference. And that's why companies can't work together a lot, because the confusion gets even more. My talent can't go there and work because now it's even more confusing and muddled. Because then they see that guy on a flyer and I go, I remember that guy. I'm not going to that show because that guy's on it. And he said, fuck you to my kid. That's a lot of why the indie wrestling companies won't work together. When you were saying your explanation about, I don't understand why WWE, they wouldn't work with WWE, just like they would work with NWA. Talent companies are trying to work with NWA because it's a top product that helps them and raises all tides. But you can't have shit companies working together because those tides aren't rise. You're just dry humping your boat into the fucking river.
Oh yeah, I mean, even like I'm not gonna name this promotion by name because obviously I'm not trying to have issues, but I've even had a promotion recently where they wanted to book one of our guys, and he was like, "Hey, you know, because I'm getting booked, you would have to use the NWA logo." He had a whole knip shit about it, and he's like, "If that's a deal breaker, brother, then that's not going to work for me." Blah blah blah. And it's like that. I'm like,
that's just stupidity.
Exactly. Like that's my thing. It's like, why wouldn't you want to have somebody on your show and say, "Oh, by the way, this person, you could also see them." That adds more credibility to your show.
Yeah, I think there's a difference in the thought process of working with other indies compared to working to something that's bigger than you. There's the difference that you're looking for.
There's also an exploitation factor involved. I mean, like a bigger company has the allure of like being the bigger company, and they can use that to their advantage in deals like this. So you think that like you're coming up on something because you're, let's say, doing like a talent trade or whatever, but in actuality you're just making the bigger company look better and you're making your company look like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like with the way they bill it.
Well, I disagree with that. It makes your company look credible that you're bringing in credible people that are under contract for national TV companies. So I kind of disagree with that.
There you
go. The only reason that I would like support like say that there's an exploitation factor is because what I would notice in these things is that 2 or 3 weeks, or like 2 or 3 weeks, that's terrible. Like 2 or 3 months later, you'll see like certain superstars get poached from this company and then put on the other roster or something. That was a big thing back then. I don't know if that's such a big thing now, but back then,
Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry.
Yeah, Hendry. You know.
Yeah, but let's be real here. TNA doesn't have the pockets to pay what WWE can pay. And if you're a company and you know where you are, like TNA, they know they're not the top brand. They know they're not the second brand right now. You're trying to become the second brand. Let your talent go there, make more money because we can't afford them. And you can build new stars with the access you're getting that person was on TNA. Oh, let me check out who else can be next up on TNA.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that in a bit, and I am so pissed over last night who they're
now. Next topic. I'm just gonna keep this one short and sweet because I'm kind of confused as to why it took everyone this long to catch on to this. Ava confirms that she is dating Tatiana Dumas. No shit. That's all I gotta say to that is no shit. Who cares? Why does it matter? Why is everyone always in a knip shit about who's dating who? Who cares? What's it got to do with the
NXT
story?
Love
What's it got to
Island.
do with wrestling? Are we wrestling or are we in paparazzi land?
NXT Love Island. That's all. I'm
There's a
gonna say.
difference
Yes, there's a difference. God damn it!
over there.
I didn't. I don't know who they are. So.
Ava, The Rock's daughter, who's the NXT.
Oh yeah. Got you.
Yeah, so she's the manager for NXT, and then Tatiana, she's under LFG contract, I think.
Yeah, LFG.
Yeah, she's under LFG contract with them. They've been posting content together for months. It's
They're
been
doing
very
Triple H
obvious.
gimmick.
Like
Eric.
legitimately. Like I'm just saying, like who cares?
Eric,
NXT Love Island. Move on.
Eric, you remember a long time ago when like the
That was good.
Kardashians were big and fucking we couldn't stop talking about the Kardashians, and then someday like there
We're
was
not
a
about
news
to compare.
reporter-
NXT
No, we're not
to
comparing
no.
them to the
Yeah,
Kardashians.
not forget that. There was a moment where a news reporter went and said, "Fuck that! I'm burning this. We're never talking about this again." The next time you have this moment, just burn it. Just burn
Mute
it and
him,
never talk
please.
about it.
Mute Monkey, please. 'cause-
We're moving on now.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
we do send out a congratulations to one Mr. Richard Holiday. He, this past weekend, defeated Dante Casanova to become the new NWA Exodus Midwest Heavyweight Champion. Big congratulations to him. Honestly, that show was very fun. It was a lot of fun to work there. A lot of good people at that show. Honestly, a really good company. Like, it's one of the few that's honestly why like my thought process was completely thrown off at first when I started hearing like, wait, what do you mean that indie promoters don't like it when their people get booked other places? Like, I don't fucking get it. Because like EC3, Gary, none of them are like that. Like, they're like, oh, hey, our guy got booked somewhere else. Okay, well, I guess we got to book something else for the night. Like, they don't lose their shit or not book them anymore about it. Like, they just, deal with it. And that's kind of why I guess that's kind of why my thought process was thrown off a little bit when I first heard about it. So I don't know, like it just doesn't. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. But anyway, a big congratulations to Richard Holiday on becoming the new NWA Exodus Midwest Heavyweight Champion. Honestly, he deserves it. It was a great main event between him and Dante, and I also hope Dante to see him back in the ring soon. Hopefully, he's not out for too long. Hopefully, his injuries heal. Now, the Babes of Wrath, feel the wrath, are your first ever AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. Okay, I'm sorry. I love this. I fucking love this. I love the fact that fucking Harley Cameron finally has a belt. Feel the wrath.
Not even 2 years wrestling, and she got her first title, which I'm happy for.
You have to admit, in those 2 years, she's actually improved a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah,
I love her character.
I would have been happy whoever wins, but having the Babes of Wrath wins makes more sense.
Yes.
Yeah, because now you can actually do something with Tony Arena that doesn't immediately involve a title.
But if I had the one day to say, that match should have been the main event.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
That match should have been the main event.
I don't know what they do with the Babes. And this is my thing with doing everything they did for Winter is Coming. Because I don't know what they do for Joe. And I don't know what they do with the Babes going into that. And we have 3 weeks out before World's End. Because how do you book a random contender that didn't get beat for Harley and Willow, and then a random challenger for Joe? Outside of maybe Hangman's rematch or Swerve, but you have less than 3 weeks to pull it off.
I think we're getting Hangman and Joe 3 at World's End.
What has Hangman done match-wise to warrant that opportunity?
I mean, I don't know what else for them to do.
You don't even want to know what just went through my head.
What, Eric?
Oh, well, it's pretty simple. Tony Khan went in his office, did a line, and was like, hey, I just got some good shit that popped in my head.
Oh, Lord. I knew that was coming.
You already know I have to fit in a Tony Khan joke at least once. Which, by the way, speaking of fitting in, fuck you, Dave Meltzer. I just have to fit that in at least once every episode.
You want to fuck Dave Meltzer?
Whoa,
No.
pause.
No, we're moving on now because now you just made it awkward. All right. So Joe Hendry on a recent podcast interview this week did speak about why he chose to sign with NXT. Now, according to him, it had nothing to do with money, and it more so had to do with the fact that he now has full access to the PC. He has basically been addicted to bettering his character, bettering himself as a wrestler, and he now wants to take full advantage of that as an NXT wrestler by using the Performance Center. I think that's smart. I think it's very smart.
Okay.
I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Like that goes in with pay though. Like I know he's saying it's not about the pay, but if you really think about it, that's part of your pay because you get to use a whole Performance Center at will. So I think that's stipulation to the contract that makes it better for him. So yeah, I 100% agree with that move.
Yeah, exactly. And then plus they have a full gym in there, so like you don't even need to get a gym membership or anything like that. You can just go to the PC.
Right.
Yeah. So I completely think it was a good move. And our final mainstream topic for today, the Street Fighter movie posters have been released featuring Hiroki Goto, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes looks like
Guile.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes is Guile. Roman Reigns is Akuma. And then who is
Honda.
Honda, yes. Oh, what was that fucking question? Tell Monkey I want to tickle his beard. Also, Billy Corgan on this show. No, Billy will not be on this show probably anytime soon. He's got way too busy of a schedule than to deal with my dumbass. He already has to deal with me. Well, actually, he just has to deal through other people for me. So I think that's enough for him for right now. We don't need to see him see full-fledged Eric. No. I'll get fired very quick. So now we did have a few events going on last week as we saw Final Resolution. And NXT,
for the love of God, TNA pissed me off.
Why? So we now have the TNA International Championship on Stacks, which, why?
And he punched out Santino, and it's a 5-on-5 steel cage match next week. They didn't confirm whether or not it's legal lockdown, but it's TNA versus the NXT 5-on-5 cage match, featuring Santino Marella, because they wrote off Matt Cardona.
Watch, all of a sudden you'll see William Regal walk out and be like, "Oh, hey guys, by the way, order!"
No, because
you have to admit it would be funny.
Triple H won't let that stipulation go to anything from the main roster right now.
But no, honestly, I'm curious to see what they do with this cage match. That should be interesting. The Righteous did also make their debut, although I felt like it was quite disrespectful that the entire crowd was chanting "Who are you?" as they were walking out.
Yes.
Like, seriously?
Yeah. And it was dead silent as they were putting the promo on the follow-up Impact for it. But for the love of God, I know they set up some matches from Genesis, but for the love of God, let JDC go out on top, give Santana the title, the world title back over Frankie. Don't do a Nick Nemeth cash-in. And for the love of God, do not pull the trigger on Tessa Blanchard, because they teased that last night, her and Lady in Wait for the knockout title.
No comment. All right, now moving on to NXT Deadline from last weekend.
Another migraine.
Our Iron Survivors this year were Javon Evans and Kendall Gray. Congratulations to the both of them. Although Javon Evans already wasted his title shot. He
got goaded into that bullshit.
I don't know who booked it, but whoever did is getting kicked in the dick. Now, Kendall Gray will have her title defense at New Year's Evil. We did
No,
also.
she's getting the title shot.
Huh?
It's for JC's.
Wait, say that again.
Kendall Gray is getting the NXT Women's title shot. She's
Yeah, I
the
know.
Raw Women's Champion. You said it backwards.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, you said she's defending. She's getting
No,
the title shot.
she will be going after the NXT Women's Championship at New Year's Evil, possibly becoming a double champion.
She better fucking win.
Goddamn. Okay.
Is that your hate boner for JC going?
Just remember who we have on here in a month. I'm just gonna say that.
Exactly.
We did also see the return of Tony D. Honestly, I dig the new look. I genuinely do.
Don't get me wrong. I dig the look. I hate until they give him promo time. What the hell they're doing with him? Because he randomly jumped Javon, and then for a heel turn, and then went full babyface this week. I'm like, okay, what are you doing, Tony?
Apparently, Tony's booking NXT now.
No, that would be Sean.
Yeah, don't kill me, Sean. Anyway,
he already wants to super kick the hell out of you. So.
Yeah, I know. Well, I already had to take someone's signature move last week, so. Fuck you. Now,
I want the video.
Yeah, I bet you are waiting for the video. Now, last week we did also see ROH Final Battle, where Red Velvet became only the 5th woman to pin Mercedes Moné since she left WWE to reclaim the ROH Women's Television Championship. Thank God! Now, Deonna Purrazzo also became the first Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion, and after Rush's injury, Bandito retained the ROH World Championship, and Sammy Guevara and Beast Mortos walked out with the ROH Tag Team Championships.
I don't know why ROH this year is so crap when it comes to the tag team. We were talking about a BS tag division when it comes to WWE.
Right.
Sammy Guevara with 3 different partners throughout the entire year has held those tag titles.
And Athena has now officially surpassed 3 years with the ROH Women's World Championship.
So where are they actually going to build on their roster to contend with her?
I don't know. Because she's literally gone through everybody.
Twice over.
Yeah. Like, I genuinely don't know anymore. Only time will tell. Now, the one event that we're all looking forward to, but at the same time not looking forward to. John Cena's final match will be at Saturday night's main event this weekend. So far, the card, as of right now, is John Cena versus Gunther, Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee for the World Tag Team titles, Bayley versus Sol Ruca. And then, is there any other matches I'm missing here?
Nope, there's only 4.
Yeah.
I named 3.
You missed Oba and Cody.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Oba
Oba
versus Cody. Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ty.
And that was the response of Deadline because of the promos they did last week, which that's when I thought it was going to be Ricky retaining.
I mean, honestly, it's going to be a fun time. We know it's going to be a fun show, but none of us are ready for John Cena to retire. None of us are.
The second the referee, that second bell rings, it's going to be a gut punch to everybody in that arena.
Yeah.
That's why when they said, oh, Cena's last match may be opening because he wants to showcase NXT, everybody else on that card is going to feel like the women's 3-way at WrestleMania 18. You can't follow Cena's last match and expect there not to be anybody that it's been.
Everyone's going to leave. Because literally the whole reason why everyone's there is to watch his final match. It can't open the show. It has to be the main event.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. If John Cena's match is the opener, then Oba and Cody must main event, and then Oba needs to beat Cody.
It doesn't make sense to me. Is that confirmed?
No.
But John, okay, because
It's
that
like
doesn't make sense
Cena's
to me.
done media to where
Every other fucking PLE that we've seen in this Triple H era has been like Cody or somebody opening the show whenever he's on the bill, unless he's like the major crux of the storyline, like the WrestleMania or something. But it makes sense that Cody opens the show
yeah, that's
with
all.
and especially with a match like Oba, like that's definitely a show opener.
Yeah, I do think it is, especially with the story of the winner of the four-way Kiss Oba and New Year's Evil, which we're not going back to that. But and you could even set it up with Drew screwing over. So it's like, yeah, I don't know why they're having Cena. They want to end the night either on that or Joanne and Leon getting the tag titles off AJ and Dragon Lee. I know Bailey and Soul is just randomly going to be thrown in there. Either match, it's going to be the match right after. So that's going to be your WrestleMania Women's three-way. Because I don't know if you follow Joanne and Cody, Oba and Cody, excuse me, or you follow Cena and Gunther. But either way, you're getting the dead spot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude. Because those, I can see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I definitely see the tag title match being match 3, but Saul and Bailey is going to be.
Wait, is the tag titles on the line? I thought it was a non-title.
Nope, the tag titles are on the line.
Tag titles.
And you already know that match is going to be a certified banger.
Oh yeah, especially since they're doing a double stomp into a Styles Clash as a tag match now.
Yeah.
Insane.
Now, Mr. Ty, Mr. Sean. Now, you probably noticed on the layout, it states in your interview portion, Eric says, fuck it, he's doing it off the dome. Well, that's because the sporting guy said, fuck it, I'm doing it off the dome. Just because I've been paying attention to your guys' wrestling careers so much. And I did this with Pretty Boy last week, and it actually ended up working out really well. So I'm just, fuck it. Now, I will say, I know both of your guys' preferences, so I know I'm a little outlandish and non-filtered, but I will be nice. I promise. Now, I know each of you have your own stuff going on right now, but just to play off a little bit of what you got going on this weekend, I know you both have matches going on at World Dominance Wrestling Alliance in West Virginia. Sean, you are defending the Mid-Atlantic Championship. That's right.
Yep.
Now, who is this yellow-faced gentleman that is on this graphic? Because they did not provide names, unfortunately.
Sean Cannon is a journeyman. He's out of the MCW school. He's been around forever. Such a good talent. He's hard hitting. He's a good dude, and I'm looking forward to this match. We just got to work for the first time in a 6-way last show or not the last show there, but the last time I was there in October, and I'm really looking forward to this match. Sean's a good dude, and I'm ready to fight with him because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a brawl.
Hell yeah.
He was a tag team wrestler for a long time. I think he's just now going singles again. He's tagged with Jimmy Stars, and he was in a tag team for MCW called the Punk Rock All Stars that did a lot of cool stuff. I want to say they were a part of the Hardy thing, the Jeff Hardy, when the Hardys were going and winning all the indie tag team titles.
Yeah,
I want to say they were a part of that. They weren't in the match because I think Ektaraj was the one that was in the match. Am I right, Ty?
I think so. It's kind of a blur. It's been years.
Yeah. It's been years, but he's been around forever. So I'm looking forward to it. He's got a really good beard. So
nice. Yeah, I was gonna say he does have a very lavish beard. That is one thing I will give him. Now, Ty, Ty, you as well have a singles match going on tomorrow night, correct?
I do.
So if you would like to explain who this gentleman is in the photo, because once again, no name, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it's the Cake Boss, Victor Jones. He's another journeyman who's been around. I think he's been around for 14, 15 years. I feel like right now he's really reaching the peak of his career from a personal standpoint. I feel that way. I'm going through this transition at WDWA where I've been a babyface for the past 3 or 4 years that I've been there. And like you said, I'm a former WDWA light heavyweight champion. And as of late, like it just hasn't really been in my favor. So I've turned against the fans. And now we're going through a transition where I'm doing this for myself. And Victor Jones is just the second man on that list that I have to fight to prove that not only am I capable of holding another championship, I'm also capable of facing anybody they put against me, whether if they bring somebody from the outside in, whether if they give me somebody who is a champion. You give me anything, I'll be a baseball player and I'll knock that motherfucker out the park. Excuse my language, but that's what I'm here
No,
to do.
you're good.
That's
You're
what I'm
good.
here to
We're
do.
here.
I'm here to show that I can be the best wrestler that I can be in that company, and I want to fight the best wrestlers in that company. And if I have to pull a little fast one to get there, to get to the top, I'm going to do it.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the podcast, a couple of months ago, you guys were featured on NWA Power. Now, that wasn't your first time being featured, as you guys were also in the Crockett Cup as well in the Scramble match at the beginning. Now, how did that all come about? So how was it that you guys ended up flying out to Tampa and it's like, oh, hey guys, guess what? You have a match against the tag champs.
It's pretty crazy, honestly. We didn't know who we were working until like it got on the board. Like we were kind of walking around that day, like I wonder who we're gonna get. And Ty really wants to work the slime balls, so he kept like, I hope it's the slime balls. I hope it's the slime balls. And while Ty loves the slime balls, I have been a Trevor Murdoch fan for God knows how long. And so when I read the board, I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude! Just such a cool moment for us, I think. And yeah, it was really just dope. The whole thing was dope. Like
Hell
you
yeah.
can't express it.
No, like I mean, I was gonna say I watched that week's episode. I mean, I watch every week, honestly, but I saw the match. Honestly, it was a very entertaining match. I mean, unfortunately, you guys took the pin, but I could tell you were having a fun time. I could definitely tell. I mean, off of the cells, off of the reactions, I could tell you both were just having the time of your lives there.
Yeah, me and Carlson, we've known each other for the past, like, I feel like it's 7 or 8 years now at this point.
10 this year.
Yeah, for the past 3 or 4, we've been training together. So
this was actually going to lead into my next question of how was it that you guys ended up getting together?
Go
ahead, Ty.
So like I said, the past 3 or 4 years, we've known each other and we've been training together. And we, at least on the wrestling standpoint, me and Sean have known each other for the past like 10 years or so. Right. And Sean has had a couple opportunities with NWA at this point. I think he did the was it the 76? I think that's where he started at, the 76. And then he did a New York run, and then he did the stuff in Alabama. And then it was time to do the Crockett Cup. And, one thing led to another. I know a couple people there, but, ultimately the message came out. It was like, hey, who can you tag with? And, my name came up, and it was like, all right, he's in it. So that's kind of really how it worked. And, me and Carlson, like I said, we've known each other for a while. We train together, so we have the kind of same, what's the word I'm looking for? We kind of know how we work because we are trained by the same guy. So a lot of our chemistry is very similar. We're 2 different wrestlers, but we both understand how each other work. And I think that's where our connection really works. But yeah, man, it just kind of ended up being, hey, right place, right time kind of thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we were actually training, and I then like the school that we're a part of. I'm technically, I guess, I don't consider me the head trainer because there's 3 of us. I consider Ty, just as big a part as I am, and Miles just as big a part. But I got the call, and I was like, hey, I got to take this call, and so I was like, you guys just do whatever, you guys figure it out. And so I was outside talking, and he was like, you got a tag partner? And I was like, well, I can find one. And he was like, all right, well, find yourself a tag partner, and we'll talk and give me a couple options. And I was like, all right, cool. So I went in and I was like, hey, Ty, Miles, can I talk to you guys? Pulled him outside, and I was like, do either one of you guys want to do it? And Ty was like, I really want to do it. And Miles, he's been fighting injuries all year. So Miles was like, I'd rather give Ty the opportunity. And I sent Ty's name and a couple other guys, and I kind of said I really wanted to be Ty, and they were like, yeah, then fucking go with it. The guy really liked Ty too, so it worked out perfect. And yeah, we just got the big opportunity, and it clicked. They gave us feedback on what they wanted us to change. We changed it going into the next time. We changed it going into the next time, and we got a win on the NWA house show, which was super cool.
Oh yeah.
I've won at NWA. My first time I got a win at NWA. So to see Ty get the pin, we set up our tag finish, and to see Ty get the win, it was like a really cool brother moment. A lot of times in wrestling, you get into wrestling, and the guys you get in with, they all separate and they all become like, just people you used to know. But it's really genuinely like something really cool when I look at Ty like a little brother, and I can see my little brother succeeding and getting something he wanted so bad. It's super dope, and that's how I looked at it. And I know, Ty, you've been in a lot longer than I have, so to call you my little brother, I don't want you to think that's disrespectful, but that's how I see our relationship. And I remember we hugged after we won at the house show, and like we were both kind of tearing up, because it's like you work so hard and you put so much work in, and you battle your injuries, and you go out there each and every weekend and you're fighting everything, and just to get some kind of reward, like to know you're doing shit right, just means so fucking much. Like the trip to Tampa was the same thing. Like we're getting on the airplane. It was Ty's first time ever flying anywhere.
Never been on a plane.
Yeah, wow. He never wanted to fly until it was for wrestling. And so yeah. So
That's
when we got
crazy.
when he got on the plane, it was like a feeling of like, hey, we're doing some shit right. And that's like the cool moment of wrestling for us.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And like when we go back to the Crockett Cup, like I was just supposed to be an extra there originally. Like that, I had talked to, and then one thing led to another, led to that, and it led to all these beautiful things that just worked out.
Hell yeah, man! It's always nice when things are able to work out in such a manner. Now, one other question I did have was, how did you guys come up with the name Cloud9 Cowboys? Now, I obviously, being a pothead, have my thoughts, but I don't want to just assume. So how did the name come about? I'm curious.
You want me to take this one over, Sean?
I got a funny story to tell before this. So we did a podcast with another guy, I did it first, and then Ty did it later. And then I told the dude Ty had lied about how he got his name. So he went over to confront Ty, and I was sitting in the corner laughing so hard. Like, I'm ripping the shit out of both of them right now. So Ty, go ahead and take it, because you were the guy.
So, Carlson's pretty over as a cowboy. That's his gimmick. He's the ranch hand. And me, I'm just me. I'm the high flying, high IQ, educated feet, not afraid to go high risk. I am kind of in that realm of life. I actually work in the cannabis industry. So like, that's kind of how all that came to fruition. Yeah. On a shoot, that's what I do. And one day, me and Carlson were probably passing tag team names back for like 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? We probably didn't even need a tag name, but we wanted one, Right. And I think it got to the point where it's like, all right, we both can be cowboys. My grandfather was a cowboy, and there's a little bit of like ruggedness to me. Not too much. I'm more of the high flying guy, but I can also be that guy as well. But I really wanted to get a name that really encapsulated us both. And I felt like, Cowboys works. And I was like, I need something with a C that just works. I want the ring announcer to be able to flow with it. And then, like, I think I'm at work one day just putting stickers on product. And I was like, why don't we just be the Cloud9 Cowboys? Because a guy had messaged us and was giving us tag names. And I was like, I like the Cloud9 Cowboys. And Carlson was like, that's it. I like it. And that's how it went. That's how it went. So we became Future Last Cowboys, and we're here to kick ass.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, you guys have been doing some amazing work, like together and in your singles, right? Because I've been seeing everything you're doing, Sean. I've been seeing everything you're doing, Ty. I saw recently you wrestled with Wrestling Open. And, I mean, now seeing that you guys are getting more recognized and people are seeing the work that you're putting in, it's really nice. Like, genuinely. It always makes me happy when people I follow and people I have the pleasure of being able to call a friend. It's always really heartfelt, and it makes me feel good when I see that they're getting what they deserve. And, I just want to say, keep it up. You guys are doing amazing things. Now, to finish off this portion, Sean already probably knows what question's coming up. But, so, seeing you guys have a show on Saturday, you just got done with WDWA. You're both exhausted. What are you going to do for food? Say you just stopped at a Waffle House. What's your order?
A Waffle House. See, I don't
And
go to
don't come
Waffle
at me,
House
Malcolm.
enough. I love that question, but I don't go enough. But
That's
like,
fucking.
Yeah.
That was leading the witness, Eric.
Well,
I
we're
can go
going. If we're in
Denny's.
WDWA, there's something special right by the venue at WDWA. We stop at every time. All the wrestlers stop there.
Yeah, we
Okay,
always stop
what
at
is it?
Sheets. We're always stopping at
Sheetz?
Sheets. Yeah, we're always stopping at Sheets.
All right. Hey, we got plenty of sheets up here in Ohio, so I know the whole menu. What's your order?
You go first, Sean. I got to think about it.
So I'm fat as hell. And show day calories don't count. For all you wrestlers out there worried about your show day calories don't count. And this comes from a guy who has to count his calories now because I'm trying to lose weight. And so I get a quesarito with beef,
Ooh.
sour,
Ooh.
yeah, sour cream, everything. I get
Ooh.
like all the hot peppers, everything, beans and rice inside. Then you got to get the premium app sampler. You got to get the wontons. You got to get the mac and cheese bites. And then here's the big thing. You got to get the boneless chicken bites to get the honey mustard sauce for free. And then you take your burrito and you dip it in the honey mustard sauce. That's where the money happens.
God damn, I think you just blew my mind, kind of. Damn,
I think I got
holy shit.
diabetes.
That's a badass.
You can't get diabetes from that.
That
No
sounds
sugar.
like a badass sheets order. God damn.
It's $16.99 for all that.
That's
What was
it.
that burger place we
That's-
went to on the way home from
Fucking
NWA? Do you remember that place?
Ah.
In the middle of the night?
Oh, the shitty one?
Yeah.
Shake Shack.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got. Oh, remember when I got the order and it was not what I ordered?
I do.
We went to Burger King one time and we stopped on the way home, and I put everything in and I got it, and it was nothing I ordered. Like at all.
I had
Burger
that
King
same
special.
issue with Taco Bell recently. Like I get my bag and I hand it back to him, and then the worker starts giving me attitude. Like, no, I know I put your quesadilla in there. I'm like, no, you didn't. I just want my fucking quesadilla, please. Like, can I just get my
Ma'am,
fucking
these are taco fries.
This is why my family hates DoorDash. When they screw it up.
No, I don't
DoorDash.
trust DoorDash anymore. And I Uber. And that's a funny thing. I do Uber Eats, but I don't trust it because there are so many DoorDashers and Uber Eats drivers that will fuck with your food. It's not even funny.
Yeah, did you see that girl that just sprayed pepper spray all over that shit?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Hi, yes.
Yeah.
There's legit. You could actually find the video online. There
Was a DoorDasher, and she
delivered
like
food
came,
to someone, and as she was walking off, sprayed pepper spray on the food.
and the person ate it and was like, "It's no good. It doesn't taste right." And then they had to go to the hospital. Shit was crazy.
You
Yeah,
dirty
they almost
bitch.
died.
You
Dirty I have real quick. I have broken tie into so many things too. Like I took him to Panda Express for the first time.
So good.
You've never
So
had
good.
Panda Express?
Not until a couple months ago. No, there's not one by me. I live in like Salisbury, Maryland. There ain't much by here.
Did you have the crab rangoons?
No, I don't even remember what I got. I think it was chicken teriyaki and some romaine.
Oh, the chicken teriyaki's good. I was gonna say
Yeah.
next time you go, get the crab rangoons and mix it up in the noodles and then eat it. It's fucking delicious.
I love Ty because when I'll take him places that are new, he'll go the safest bet route. And I'm like, come on,
I'm
bro.
like that with Sheets. I get the chicken. I get the chicken. The boneless chicken bites is Sheets. Make sure to get that honey mustard. Get the curly
Yeah.
fries instead of the. I gotta play it safe. I play it dirty Dom. Gotta get them nuggies, bro. Gotta get them nuggies and tendies.
Monkey, what was that you said the Survivor Series weekend again? He chose the tendies over the nuggies.
Yeah, dude, listen. If anybody was ever thinking that Dom was ever gonna like choose Roxanne over Liv, you got to understand that Roxanne entered that situation already while Liv was dipping with a 20-piece chicken nugget and a Nintendo Switch. Okay, and he was being given gourmet chicken tenders and
It
a
was a Switch
PS5.
too, thank you.
It's gourmet chicken tenders and a PS5. Thank you.
On a silver plastic.
There's levels to this shit. Dom knew better. Dom was.
I don't know, dude. It depends on the day. I might want the nuggets and the Switch.
Oh,
Depends on
The more the merrier.
You're saying
Yeah.
That was spoken like a Pokemon
Let's
player.
just all agree that Dirty Dom is the man with the plan, and he must
Yeah,
have the biggest
100%.
package in all of wrestling.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
That man is living his best life right now.
He's got a
He's
wife
got
and two
Chick-fil-A
girlfriends.
over Mickey D's is the Dom Mysterio way.
Yeah, apparently the secret to life is chicken tendies.
Oh my
Mullet and a
god.
mustache. That's the secret.
Chicken tenders and bad bitches.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
So
best
it's a
part. It's like
real list. The
he's
flirting with
got an
last name
on-screen
for
girlfriend, and
chicken.
then he's got a stay-at-home wife.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
we're gonna
good.
move
Good for
on
him.
before you get 619 in the ribs.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna move on from this now. Our open discussion topic for this week. You guys will probably be able to give your insight on this too, because we're talking about match stipulations. Why are so many matches as of late ignoring the established rule set, aka men's war games and both blood and guts matches, the women's speed title, ROH Pure Championship, and the original purpose of the AEW International title means nothing because of the AEW National Championship?
Okay, let me say my piece first. First of all, this Survivor Series fucking sucks. War Games needs to be put to rest. And you want to know why? Because for the second time in a fucking row in the women's War Games match, you put fucking Nia Jax. Last time, she fucked up the first one, and now in the second one, you have her as a fucking snowman who don't do shit.
Are you okay, Trico? You sound a little triggered.
Okay, JD.
And then for the men, the men's was good, but you just had a shitty ending. So
Okay,
the War
JD.
Games needs to be put in rest when it actually needed. Go back to your classic Survivor Series.
No.
Elimination tag team match. Yeah.
No. We need
I
to
think
do.
they'll
no,
never
I-
hit the peak of last year's where they had CM Punk return, or if it was the year
I-
prior. I don't think they'll ever hit
I
the
get-
War Games peak. Other than that, you know,
I
you can't
got to
get a better War
actually-
Games than all that happening.
I got to actually talk to the Keebler while Eric wasn't on stream about War Games, and I think they had an issue with the competition that AEW had put out beforehand in their budget version of whatever the fuck they call their War Games.
Blood and
But
guts.
that shit was like bloody as fuck, and it was like the storylines were like really, you were really into it. You didn't even have to know what the fuck was going on to be like, by the end of the fucking match, especially for the women's, be like, holy shit, I just saw something crazy. But when you get like, I know WWE has limitations. They can't just like bleed people for the sake of bleeding people. But
why
they
not?
know but they know when to bleed people where it's significant. Someone's gotta bleed in a match like War Games. There needs to be color in a match like War Games. And then the ending has to be something if not satisfying, at least that leaves you on something. I know what they were going with the men's, which is why I'm not so mad at the ending of it. But what was the point in the ending of the women's
Thank
War
you.
Games?
Thank you. Let's talk about this real quick. Because they, like, why? It was really 5-on-3 because Rhea held up AJ and Io was at the top of the cage. Why the hell does the heel just stand there waiting on Io and AJ to get the trash can set up?
Because
and
it's a dumb
falling for
spot.
everybody but
I'm sorry.
fall over everybody but Becky, and then Becky gets destroyed. Why didn't they just destroy Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa, and then knock AJ fought her ass? Io probably gets knocked off the cage for the DQ win. Which, oh my gosh, that is my biggest issue that I have with both Blood and Guts and War Games this year. Who the hell gives a damn about abiding and why I brought this discussion up? For the love of God, please, somebody, once you get in there, whether it's Blood and Guts or War Games, don't leave the freaking cage. Men's War Games, Brock basically had that scrapple with Roman. Both Blood and Guts matches, everybody was leaving for the hell of it. Hell of a finish. Mercedes yeeted like 3 of them out just so they can beat the hell out of Mina for the women. And that, don't get me started on the BS that is the rest of the speed title, because
Well,
no, a big 3 minutes. Oh hey, let's go to sudden death. then we get a finish. Like you can't book a 3 minute match.
So I think the original question was, why are these matches blatantly leaving the idea of the match, right?
Yes.
And what I truly think is going on with wrestling in general is everybody's got to get their shit in, right? Like ladder matches, you're not supposed to have tables and chairs. The only legal weapon is a ladder, right? That didn't start until TLC. Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon only used a ladder. They didn't use a bunch of other weapons. The problem is everybody's trying to outdo everybody instead of simplifying stuff, and they're making everything a car crash. So like I go to this a lot in wrestling in general. I'm a huge NASCAR fan, right? I love NASCAR, the sport. The most watched races are the super speedway races. Why? Because there's always a huge crash, right? Everybody tunes in, they're anticipating the huge crash, right? If every lap there was a huge crash, not only would nobody win the goddamn race, people would stop caring after lap 5 because there's a car crash every single lap. You get numb to it. That's what wrestling's become with these gimmick matches. As soon as they hear it's this or it's that, they're just like, oh, somebody's going to use all the weapons and bleed. That's the problem. We become numb to it. We become numb to wrestling with weapons and everything. It used to be when you used a weapon, there was a special force or a reason to use that weapon. Now they use weapons in regular matches half the time, just like going to the floor. We have a wrestling ring. Every match goes to the floor at some point. Why? Why are we doing that? Now we're becoming numb to using the floor as a weapon. Countouts don't like really get counted anymore. There's no threat of this guy's going to get counted out because every match goes to the floor and there's never a count out. Wrestling's numbing itself because of all this, because of how these matches are structured, and everybody just wants to do whatever they want. If you could basically break down and go back to the rules of what it is, the things what you would pop so much more for the one time the girl uses the kendo stick because nobody expected it. Now it's all expected. Oh, let's see this car crash happen. Blood and guts. You know people are going to bleed everywhere, and there's going to be some stupid finish to this match. There's going to be somebody that comes off the cage. If you do it every single time, nobody's not expecting it, and it's no longer anticipation for this big moment. It's it's going to happen, and you're numb to the fact that it's going to happen. That's my whole thing on any gimmick match. The reason Cornette goes off about gimmick matches is because every gimmick match is the same. You can have a ladder match, and they're going to put somebody through a table. You can have a table match, somebody's going to climb up a ladder. None of it matters anymore. Every match is the same. There's no stipulation that specializes in one simple thing because everybody uses everything.
He does have a point there.
I agree with so much with this fucking take, dude, because I think the significance of the fucking whole entire like table match, TLC, Hell in the Cell, all this shit was because they started becoming fucking annually. Like an annual fucking ritual. Like Hell in the Cell used to mean something. That used to mean like, oh fuck, this has gone way too far. There's no solving this. Now Hell in the Cell is an annual thing, and we just put the biggest feud in that.
Triple H,
So you get what I'm saying? Like War Games need to be put to rest. You only need it when you have a blood feud rivalry. It don't need to be there annually. It doesn't.
Right. I agree with that. I so agree with that. But the idea of War Games is these two teams can't be contained, and they need to be in this cage to finish it. That doesn't mean there needs to be a bunch of weapons and everything, because the cage is the weapon. Use the goddamn cage. That's what it's there for.
I agree, bro.
And literally, we don't need people jumping off the cages every single one. Like, I love Io Sky, but I don't need to see her grab the trash can or somehow the trash can ends up on the top of the cage over her head and whee every year.
Bro, that spot is so fucking dumb. The first time it was funny. The second time it was like, all right, now it's fucking stupid. Like it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened.
Like
and you knew it was going to. And they didn't even like, okay, the first and second time they kind of like, the first time they definitely snuck it in. The second time they kind of snuck it in. The third time, Rhea came out with a branded fucking trash can. They're not even trying to hide it. They're going to do the fucking spot anymore.
It wasn't even that. It was like, before that, Io came out with the lid with her name on it. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Like, yeah, that goes to what he was saying with having gimmick matches in the first place. Repetition does not need to be every other motherfucking week, dude. Like, it shouldn't. That was the whole reason why it was a meme and a joke for Cena was because we were tired of it back then, but we let Cena get away with it. We don't need the entire roster to grow up with that same bad habit. Like, yeah, I agree fully. There needs to be
You can
some.
have like a sense of repetition too. You got to think of like Kofi Kingston in the Rumble. Did he have a save every single Rumble for years to come? Yes, but at least he changed it up. They're pretty much giving that spot, and he's like, "Okay, this is your spot. Here you go." And then you're just stuck with that spot. You know, if they
They
changed
do
it
it
up a
good
little
with
bit, you can
Dom.
keep it organic.
Dom's not winning fucking clean, but it's a different outcome every fucking time.
For sure.
It's the way, and yeah, even with how they did it at Survivor Series, you're like, oh Lord, okay, how is Dom going to get the title back? Oh, Liv, and John even said she did his heel turn better than him, and that's how Cena lost his last championship in his career.
I
All right,
hope the
guys.
finish.
I hate to do this. I got to jump off of here, but you guys continue on. I appreciate you guys so much.
Oh yeah,
Thank you guys
no
so much.
problem.
Oh,
Of course.
Have a
Alright.
good one, boss.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Sean. Thank you for coming
I
on.
appreciate y'all.
All right, talk to you later, Sean. I get what you guys are saying because I mean the gimmick matches do get a little bit old after a while. They really do. Now, to round out today's episode, we do hop into the Indieverse, which we give out a congratulations to both of Sting's sons, Garrett and Stephen Borden, as Garrett's wife gave birth to their son on the 26th, and Stephen had his first dark match on AEW this past week. That was great. It seems like Stephen Borden is actually taking this wrestling career very seriously.
training under Darby, so.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Now, we do also have a couple of events happening this weekend. As stated, WDWA does have their event going on in West Virginia where Ty and Sean will be this weekend. If you guys want to say hi, make sure you do. WXW 25th Anniversary Tour starts in Oberhausen this weekend as well. We got the GCW Nick Gage Invitational, which the opening round matchups will be. That's going to be fun. The Nick Gage Invitational is always a fun time. It's in your neck of the woods, Monkey.
Oh, really? Where's that?
Orlando.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's only like a 2-3 hour drive from you. There will be lots of violence and lots of blood. Probably a lot of glass.
Well, he's got a DJ gig, so he won't go.
Yeah. It's on Saturday, unfortunately.
Oh, it's on Saturday? Yeah, no, I can't fucking. I gotta get
Yeah.
paid,
But also this weekend, there was one other event here. We got Wrestling Revolver season finale as well. A lot of good independent wrestling going on. And in case you forgot, we also have NWA TV power tapings happening this weekend. Double taping, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. If you want to go to both, guess what? It's under $30 for both motherfucking tickets. Name the last time when you went to a wrestling show and tickets were that cheap. You want to know when? Never! Go to NWALiveEvents.com. Buy your tickets now. 2 p.m., 7 p.m. One of the main events, right? The main event for one of the tapings. I am not allowed to tell you which one, but the main event, Silas Mason, Tom Latimer, World Heavyweight Championship. World's Heavyweight Championship. I'm sorry. And that's going to be a banger of a match. Them two.
Oh, they're doing the rematches?
Yeah, the rematches this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this will be number 3. And I mean, I can only imagine that if he loses this time that he will not be getting a title match anytime soon. Now, Mr. Ty, is there anything that you would like to plug?
Yeah, I'll plug some social media, man. You can follow me on Instagram at Ty Awesome. You can follow me on X or Twitter at Ty Awesome Pro. Same thing with TikTok, Ty Awesome Pro. Right now, man, we're just keeping it real. You know what I mean? I'm just very grateful. You know, I appreciate you guys having me on the show. I got WDWA tomorrow in West Virginia, so you know I'm excited for that. I'm excited for 2026 to see what that holds. Hopefully, some more NWA opportunities. Hopefully, some more opportunities to get my name out there. Like you said, I went all the way to Massachusetts a couple weeks ago for Wrestling Open. So hopefully, some awesome opportunities like that, man. I'm just really looking forward to 2026 and hoping it's going to be a good year.
Hell yeah, man! And thank you for making the time to hop on here today. It really does mean a lot.
Hey, man, no problem. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for giving us a platform to be able to verbalize our opinions and, get our stuff out there. Because without people like you and your team, man, we wouldn't have much, to get our stuff out there other than the promos that we put on. So I appreciate you guys.
Of course. We're here for you guys first and foremost. Now, Trico, is there anything you would like to plug?
2025 has been a pretty good year. Let's hope 2026 is going to be another good year. Hopefully a better year for pro wrestling in 2026. But we'll see how that goes.
Yes,
and, that's pretty much I got.
All right. Don A, is anything you want to plug?
Other than, do I sell my stuff for my birthday? That's what I'm thinking. Yes.
Have you gotten it?
No, I haven't gotten that yet.
Okay, it said that it was supposed to be delivered between the 10th and the 12th, so you should have it today.
Okay. Other than that, from what I heard via Trico, Monkey's OnlyFans half off. So go to
You stole my line, you son of a bitch.
Monkey,
remember, 50% off. Monkey's OnlyFans feet pics. He needs rent to pay. So,
wow, guys.
You're welcome. We got you.
We don't want you homeless for the holidays.
That's great. I appreciate that. Check me out on UWO on tonight. Otherwise, I talk football on Tuesdays and politics on Thursdays.
And people actually show up.
And if you're in the South Florida area, I will be doing techno and Club Cutters in Fort Lauderdale.
He's going to be playing I'm a Barbie Girl for an hour.
And we'll be watching Cena die to a Nazi as we do that. So.
That's going to be depressing watching him, because we all know he's going to die to Gunther.
Oh, yeah.
We all know it's coming.
Like Goldberg.
Yeah. But, all right, y'all. Well, with that, we will see you all next week. And thank you for tuning in as always.
Have a good night.
Yeah.